So I've been meaning to sit down and talk about this microphone I've been using for my podcast lately. It's the Samson Q2U, and honestly, it's actually really good for the price. It's almost like finding that perfect taco place that you want to tell all your friends about. So first things first, the sound quality. Now, you know how you feel when you hear your favorite song on like bad speakers versus good speakers? It's very much like that. My buddy and I started a podcast last October. We did about 3 episodes on this really, really poor microphone that was actually one we found at Dollar Tree. It had the earbud and then the little mic there. And obviously the sound quality sucked. So we waited until later. If we were sure we really wanted to do the podcast, then we spent a little bit of money. We got these mics, $60 each, and you couldn't go wrong. And the sound quality was 10 times better just by having these than just a stupid mic. Plus, it's the first time we're doing a podcast, so we really don't know what we're doing. Now with this, my voice actually sounded clearer. It almost sounded radio-like. What I also like about it is it doesn't really pick up all the sounds around me. It just picks up my mic. This is generally for people who are just speaking into the microphone. It's not meant to pick up other people. So if you're not looking at it, or if it's not looking at you, you're not going to record very well. Now, versatility is the name of the game. So with this little guy, it's really easy. You can take it out of the stand. I prefer to leave it in the stand because I really like talking with my hands. I'm crazy like that. You can just use a USB to plug it into your computer, or it's got an XLR cable, which you can plug into a sound mixer, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I feel the sound mixer makes my voice a little bit louder and crisper, plus I adjust the settings. So this is very much like the Swiss Army knife of microphones. It's got USB and XLR outputs, so you plug it into your computer, you plug it into a mixer. Now, you can actually use this for your podcast or any gaming sessions. If you're a streamer, you can use it for YouTube review videos like I'm using. Or you can actually use it for music. The price of this thing, which was $60, you really couldn't go wrong with it. If you had the budget for a $100, $200 mic, absolutely, go better. But this is really great for the price. Let's talk about how it's built. It feels like it was made to last. It's got a metal body. It can handle a fair share of bumps and knocks. I've dropped this thing a couple of times just by elbowing the stand because the stand's not very sturdy, but I'm also clumsy at the same time. Now, I'm not saying use it like a football, but you won't need to stress if it takes a fall off the desk or on the floor or anything like that. It definitely has your back. The greatest part about this is I don't like complicated things, so I really want an out-of-the-box type of solution. It was pretty easy. You just screw the metal pole in here and it threads in there, and then you just hook the microphone right in like that. So I was able to record within 15 minutes. It took more time setting up the mixer because I didn't know what I was doing. Another cool thing about it is it's got a headphone jack in the mic, so if you're hooked up to your computer, you could just listen to it through your microphone, or you could just plug it into your laptop. A downside is it doesn't have a volume or a sensitivity switch on this. It just has the on-off and then up-down for volume for your headphones. So if you want to change the volume, you'll have to do it through the computer. I'm using Audacity because I actually want to try something out and show you a tool that I use if my microphone setup doesn't sound good, or it might pick up some ambient noise somewhere. Sometimes it doesn't interact well with a computer or something. I will get like a little hiss. I wasn't about to spend $1,000 for a podcast setup if I didn't know we were actually going to follow through with it. Sometimes I jump into things and I will buy something and never use it. I've done that with a bunch of wood chisels. So this is kind of like getting a ticket to a Broadway show, but at movie ticket prices. It performs just as well as some of those high-end mics, but without having to sell a kidney to afford it. Plus, you get all the accessories in this package, and you don't really have to shell out for anything extra. Now, I'm not saying this thing is perfect. There's, like I said, no onboard gain control. So if you want to adjust how sensitive the mic is, you got to do that through whatever software you're using. It's not a biggie once you get the hang of it, but it's something you may want to keep in mind, especially if you're moving around a lot. Right here, it's got a 4.6 out of 5 stars. You can't go wrong, and that was out of 4,000 ratings. So they're not lying to you. It's worth the money. The problem I have is it's got a little bit of weight to it. It's about 1.5, 2 pounds. So if you're really just going to hold it there like this for a while, your arm's definitely going to get tired. So you might want to get a clamp-on stand, which I highly recommend this thing, or you can obviously just use this. And if you're obviously using it for musical instruments, if you're standing up and singing, yeah, you're going to want the extra stand. I think it was up here. No, that was the desk stand. There was one I saw, it was maybe $20. So you might want to look into that. The other thing is some people had a problem with the USB cable over time. It just wouldn't be recognized by your computer. I mean, those are really cheap and easy to get. It's, It's a mini USB cable, so you can find one of those at Dollar Tree. So again, you got a bunch of accessories with this. You might want to upgrade some of them if you get the money. The stand does its job. It doesn't come with a shock mount, so you might want to get a shock mount if you actually tap the table a lot, which my podcasting host does. And sometimes that really does mess up whatever we're talking about because my buddy will just constantly grab the mic or move it around or just drag it. That's one small complaint I have. Considering everything it offers, this mic is actually really good. It's sturdy, flexible, and won't leave you living off ramen noodles for a month. So I'd say it's definitely worth checking out. So there you have it. That's my deep dive into the Samsung Q2U. Let me know what you think, and if you got any questions, just give me a holler. Till next time.